We will begin by sitting down. You can sit on a pillow if you'd like, or just the ground. We will bring our shoulders down and back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, goalpost arms. Continue that 2 more times with your breath. Your own pace, your own time. Bring your hands down in your lap. Move into some torso circles. As always, worry less about the circle. More focus on where it feels good for you to stop and stretch. Move slowly. Just tune in here. Notice your body without any judgment. Notice anything that might be feeling like it needs a little extra stretch, a little extra attention today. When it feels right, reverse directions. And come back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down. Bring your hands behind you, fingers toward your body, shoulders back, chest forward. Find a comfortable spot for your head, opening up that front body. Walk your fingers back to center. You can remove the pillow if you're sitting on a pillow or a bolster or anything. And then move on to hands and knees. We'll work through some cat and cow pose here. So check that your fingers are comfortable. You're pressing into your entire palm across your entire wrist, just gently. Pinky finger, bring that in. And then inhale, bring your belly down and head up. Exhale, arch your back, let your head hang, press away. Continue your own breath, your own time. Really separating the shoulder blades as you press away from the mat on cat pose. And then feel free to freestyle here. Move into anything that feels good to you. Some big circles forward and back with your hips. Circles in place with your hips. Scooping your ribs. Wagging side to side. Find what feels good to you today. And then take a couple breaths to finish up and come back to tabletop. When you're ready, at tabletop, we're going to move into child's pose. So you can either have your knees close together or you can spread your knees far apart. You can try them both and feel what feels good to you. Bring your hips down to your feet, forehead toward the ground. You can put a pillow here, a block if you have one for your forehead. And then first what we're going to do here is just walk your fingers out in front of you, really stretching your shoulders here. Still keep shoulders down away from your ears, or just kind of gently pull them back instead of having them hiked up. Remember your back body, that space that you're stretching, send your breaths there. And then walk your fingers over to one side. Get a little side stretch here. And then walk your fingers back to the center. And then over to the other side. And then walk your fingers back to center. Stretch them gently out in front of you. So not like super far, just gently. Inhale, come on to hands and knees. Check that you're gently pressing into palms and across entire wrist again. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back for downward dog. So while you're here, you're gonna pedal out. So bend deep into one knee, press the other heel back, and then switch. Stretching those legs out. Then we'll find some stillness. Bend into both knees, really push those hips up and back. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears. Let your head and neck relax. Let your head go. Maybe shake it no a little bit. Push energy through your heels to even out weights in your hands and feet. So not like you have to press your heels down toward the mat, but just feel like they're kind of moving toward there, so you have a little weight there. And walk your hands back to your feet. Doesn't have to be perfect. Bring your heels down. Keep a little bend in your knees and just hang here at first. Let your head go. Let everything go. You can either grab opposite elbows or just put your fingertips to the ground. They can sway back and forth, or you can stay. Maybe you come out of it on your inhales and move a little deeper into it on your exhales, whatever feels good to you here. And then look forward and down in front of you. Walk your fingertips halfway, feeling like the crown of your head and your low back have space and are stretching forward a little bit. Exhale, fold, and nice and slow, rise up. Reach up, palms together, thumbs to your heart. Pause and take a breath here. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward. Look forward and down in front of you. Walk your fingers forward. Inhale, lift halfway, still feeling like you're stretching forward with the crown of your head and your low back. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands out to plank pose. You can lower your knees down when you're here. Make sure your elbow smiles are forward. Lean forward to lower down here. Keep those elbows in gently. Feel like you're flattening the tops of your feet against the mat. Not like really pressing them in, but just gently spreading them out. Inhale, lift your chest, shoulders back a little bit. No compression in your low back. Just gentle lift and feel like you're almost lengthening forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come on to your hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Exhale, move your hips into the air for downward dog. Shoulders down away from your ears, bending into those knees, pushing hips up and back. See if you can turn on your core a little bit here. So just engage that core, like that tiny subtle feeling of like, oh yeah, that's where those muscles are. That's all you have to do. You don't have to squeeze tight or anything. Just even bring acknowledgement to your lower abdomen. Walk your hands back. Look down and in front of you, walk your fingers forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Slowly rise up. Reach up. Palms together. Thumbs to your heart. Pause and take a breath here. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, you're going to open your arms up and turn toward one side. Just a gentle little twist here. Inhale, back center. And exhale to the other side, opening up arms, looking to the other side. Inhale, back center. Exhale, fold forward. A little bend in your knees is okay. Look forward, walk your fingers forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands out to plank again. option to lower those knees down. Make sure those elbow smiles are forward. Lean forward to lower down. Elbows in, gently flatten the tops of your feet or just feel them touching the mat. Inhale, lift the front chest a little bit. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come on to hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Move your hips up and back for downward dog. Shoulders down, away from your ears. Bending those knees, really pushing hips up and back, feeling like you're getting length in your low back. Turn on that core. Inhale, bring your knees down to the mat. Exhale, move your hips back to your feet for child's pose. Forehead toward the mat. Can use a block, a pillow, or anything in front of you. And then this time, try turning your palms up toward the ceiling, relaxing your shoulders. Breathing into your back body here, but still feeling that air fill up in your belly as well. Making sure you're taking full breaths, not just in your chest, but comfortable. Can do some wrist circles here. And point your hands. Inhale, come up onto all fours. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back once more for downward dog. Bring shoulders down away from your ears. Really push those hips up and back. Feel like you have length in your lower back once again. Inhale, bring your knees down. Come up onto your knees and bring one foot, maybe your right foot, whatever foot you want, up in front of you. Scissor that front hip back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, goal post arms. 2 more times. Bring your arms down to your side. It's okay to be wobbly. Bring this front foot off to the side and forward a little bit. You're going to bring both hands in front of you to the mat, or maybe the blocks, or anything else that you have decided to use as blocks, anything that you might want to use. So you're going to bring that front foot a little forward. Make sure your knee doesn't go in front of that front foot. Still scissor that front hip back. And if you feel like you want more space, dip down with your hips a little bit. It doesn't have to be to max capacity rather than scrunching down with your shoulders. So you can dip down with your hips. You can come down to blocks on whatever level feel good to you, or you can come all the way down to the mat. Just find what feels good to you here. There might be some discomfort, but there shouldn't be pain. So it might be hard, but it shouldn't be suffering. Come out of it a little bit if it's too much. We're not in the no pain, no gain industry. And then just tune into your breath here. It can be helpful to feel as if you're sending your exhales to that spot that you feel at. Stretch in your leg, either leg, wherever you're really feeling it. Relax your shoulders, bring them down away from your ears. You can come back a little bit, come down onto your hands and knees, Set your blocks, whatever you're using aside. Bring your hands to the mat. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up and back for downward dog. Bring shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, bring your knees down to the mat. And then come up onto your knees. You're going to move into some wrist circles here. Give your wrists a little break. Bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Gently bring shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, relax, let go. Bring the opposite leg out in front of you. Maybe it's your left leg this time. Grab your blocks or whatever you have if you'd like them. Scissor your front hip back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, goal post arms. Continue that with breath. You can look up or you can look down. Can be easier for balance. And then go ahead and bring your hands down. Bring that front foot out to the side and forward. Bring both hands inside that front foot. We'll move to our lizard lunge on this side. So as we dip our hips, we're still going to gently pull this front hip back to avoid any injury. Dip with our hips instead of hunching down with our shoulders. You can bend forward with your shoulders, just do so with a straight spine, more so than bringing shoulders up by your ears. And tune into your breath here. So a spot where a lot of us store our emotions is in our hips. So we can work some of that out. It's amazing because there's science about this now too, that we definitely do really physically store our emotions in our body. Tune into your breath here. Let any feelings that come up, come up. No judging, no worrying, let them be. Straighten that front leg. Come down onto hands and knees. Plant your hands, curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back for downward dog. Bring shoulders down away from your ears. Push those hips up and back. Gently feel as if there's energy through them. Heels sending them toward the mat. Evening out the weight between your hands and your feet. Inhale, bring your knees down to the mat, but spread them nice and wide if that feels comfortable. And then bring your hips back to your feet for wide-legged child's pose. Forehead toward the mat. Play around here, palms up or palms down, whatever feels good to you in the moment. Inhale, come up onto all fours. Cross your feet behind you. Come down to seated on the floor. And just take a moment to pause here. Bring shoulders down and back. Sit nice and tall. Feel like the crown of your head is reaching toward the ceiling and there's space in your spine. Inhale here, and on your next exhale, turn toward one side. Your backhand behind you, fingers toward your body, elbow pointing behind you, and gently bring that shoulder back. Don't twist to your max capacity, just twist nice and tall and gently. if twisting is okay for you in your body. Slowly come back to center. Inhale here. And exhale to the other side. Same thing. Fingers pointing toward your body, elbow pointing behind you, back, shoulder back, opening up that front body. Slowly turn back to center. Turn your gaze down toward the ground or close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Shoulders down and back, sitting nice and tall, crown of your head reaching. Just take a few belly breaths here. So inhale, feel as if there's a balloon in your chest hanging upside down. You inhale, it pulls down, fills your belly with air. Exhale, slowly let that air out. Continue that with your own breath, your own time. On your next inhale, reach your arms up toward the sky. Bring your palms together and bring your thumbs down to your heart. Pause here. Think of one thing you can thank your body for today. And thank you for practicing with me today.